I almost forgot. I have 2 Trachycarpus in here, and they were very, very small when I bought them. And this is Winsan. Very small when I bought it, but it's in a protected site here with the tree fern leaves, ash, pine growing around it. I think it should do well. So that's Winsan. I'm gonna have to start taking notes, or I have started taking notes on the plants that I put in, because I can't even remember what the names are. There's so many plants after going in. And this one over here is kind of just get rid of these nettles. I'm gonna have to dedicate some time to weeding. Very different. Very different. This is a Trachycarpus Princeps. New spear. Look at the leaves already. And look at the underside. That telltale sign of Princeps. It's real plasticky. I say this is going to be hardy, hopefully. I might put a cloche over it, over the top. To protect Winsan and the Princeps. If you see the larger Princeps, they are a beautiful, beautiful Trachycarpus. And there's also hybrids coming out now, which will be very interesting. So you can see that, you can see the leaf form on the Princeps, and it's completely different to Winsan. Maybe Winsan will be a lot more open and blousy. But if you can't get those, and all you can get is Trachycarpus Fortunei, you are not going to go wrong with Fortunei. They're super. And I think I've looked at videos of the Trachycarpus around the world, in Central Europe and in North America, and the way they grow I believe is down to their conditions. And it's like I was saying about the plants that have to fight for light. If they're in shaded areas, they develop bigger leaves. But if they're in a very open aspect, they don't have to fight for it. So their energy doesn't go into developing huge leaves. They'll have lots of leaves, lots of small leaves. See? Lots of smaller leaves. And I'm going to show you some of the bananas and the Trachycarpus Fortunei up at the different growth and what I can make of it. Okay, so this Trachycarpus, now obviously over time when they get going they kick off. Trachycarpus Fortunei, the palms, the leaves are very large, very open, but the petioles are super long. They must be like 3 feet. And this new spear is, yeah, it's going to open up at this point. If your Trachycarpus Fortunei is in shade because it's surrounded by the trees and the mature bamboo, and it's dark under here. They have to fight for the light. So that tree trunk in there. Here's my new bamboo, Spectabilis. It's going to be spectacular. So the trunk is very small. It's in a, I planted it into a mound, so it's sitting on top of the ground, just falls away either side. There's only up to this point about 1.5 feet. That's all. From here, there to there, about 1.5 feet. A foot of trunk. But the petioles are super long. And the leaves are really big and open. And I think it's because it's going to grow like this because of the conditions it's put in. Because it's been put into shade. I think your palms will be different. You'll have a lot of trunk, but then if it's in full sun, the petioles, they don't have to fight for the light, so the petioles here are going to be much shorter and the leaves are going to be much smaller. That's my take on it anyway. Put this little retaining wall around. The bamboo are just constantly shedding new leaves. I'm not going to do it now. I'll leave it for the winter. But what I want to do is I want to start stripping the lower third of the bamboo. And I think this is why the petioles on this Wagnerianus, or Wagipan, because this growth wasn't here. I'm getting really good growth coming up. It's pushing up, it's fighting for the light. I think I crushed a few plants there. And it probably goes with your colocasia as well. You put your colocasia into more shaded areas. Lots of water and feed. You get big leaves. Bamboo, or the bananas are getting shredded in the wind. Some of the leaves on these bananas are gigantic. The cannas are starting to snap with the wind. So I've had to cut them to protect them down in the rhizome area. Getting shredded. That's the banana. The onset bananas, or enseti. They're starting to shred, but I think that's what they're supposed to do in the wind, like a defensive mechanism to protect itself.